Sven from Church Street. What do you think?
Yeah, Bobby, I can sign up to that myself. I mean, statistically, if you look at this, more suicides in the month of January than any other time, and that's understandable.
Blue Monday.
Credit cards, people who extend themselves, Christmas, post-New Year. Christmas.
Could just about be the end of me.
Weather plus net debts multiplied by the time since Christmas to the power of failed resolutions over motivation multiplied by the need to take action means there's one Monday in every January that might just break you.
Every night I drive and listen. Sometimes listen more than drive.
I meet lots and lots of people who, frankly, are sleepwalking through their lives. The day can be used as a kind of wake-up call, really, to be who you really are and to decide that you're going to make choices based on your life, not other people's lives.
Blue Monday is always depressing. January as a whole is depressing anyway. It seems to be the longest month, and I never have any money towards the end from the hangover from Christmas. I don't believe in the colour blue anyway. That's just ridiculous to have the colour blue. There's no such thing as Blue Monday. Every day is like a rainbow.
People don't see drivers, do they? They can't do. They must know there's another human being in there with them. With ears, eyes, it doesn't seem to matter though. Out it comes. All the stuff you'd think they keep private. All spilling out in the back of some stranger's cab.
You were touching him up.
I was nowhere near him.
You had your hands all over him.
Me? I tend to keep things to myself.
I might have just brushed past him, that's all.
Brushed past him. He could have had you for indecent assault.
What, for touching his arm?
You were gagging for it.
Well, who'd blame me after living with you these days?
So you admit it then?
Oh, I don't believe this. Drive, do you believe this?
What's it got to do with him? Do you or do you not want to sleep with other men?
No!
Well, why do you keep making up to them all the time then?
I'm not making up to them all the time. Drive, will you just stop the car, please? How much do we owe you?
£6.80.
Bitch.
Bastard. Yeah, keep the change.
Married, Drive?
No.
Happy man then?
Ecstatic.
She didn't mean that, you know.
Oh no, it's probably just a drink talking.
I meant the change. 320 with you back, yeah?
Oh. All right, yeah. There you go.
I'm a fan of it being a springboard into a higher quality life.
I've seen affairs begin, divorces start. I even had a guy on his mobile once trying to find someone to kill his neighbour. Yelling away he was at the top of his voice that he wouldn't go above £5 tops. I scoured the Echo for days after. Didn't see anything about any sort of hit though.
Chris, car 492. Come in wherever you are.
Okay, Lil, just give me a few minutes. I need to sort something out. Privately, though.
Hi, Danny. It's me, Chris. Can you give me a ring back when you got a minute, please? I need to speak to you. Okay. Bye then.
watch people. Outside the cab as well, these two coppers, same beat every night. Don't know their names, but he's LFB, that lazy fat bastard. She looks more clued up. At least she did. Turned up a couple of weeks ago looking like she'd gone 10 rounds with Tyson. Don't know what happened. I don't need to.
Asda.
No way.
I'm telling you.
Never in a million years. Might be Iceland, might even be Quicksafe, but no way is that Asda.
Could be Argos.
Shouldn't be allowed. That's a classic, that is.
It's not that DIY store, is it?
Do you know, that's the first records I ever bought, and now they're using it to flog carrots.
Won't happen to the first record I ever bought. Not unless someone gives the nod to Bernard Matthews.
Not the birdie song.
Chirpa, chirpa, cheep, cheep. Middle of the road.
Should we give him a tug?
Nah, it's not that tough. If we tug him now, we've got 3 hours of paperwork ahead of us.
Are you worried about me?
No.
Yes, you are, after last time. Is anyone talking to you yet?
It was just an accident.
Yeah, it was 3 months ago.
Yeah, fuckers.
But don't pretend you haven't done the same thing.
Yeah, but not before knowing the facts.
Well, I told them the facts. I said it wasn't your fault.
I need a slash. You don't need to mention that, by the way.
What?
My first record.
Aren't you the sensitive one all of a sudden?
That would really finish me off.
Well, that's bollocks, to be honest with you. I mean, scientists can prove anything, can't they? A couple of 100 years ago, they probably proved the world was flat or something, wouldn't they?
You won't believe the stories people tell strangers.
When I was quite young, I was approached by a bloke who said he was a photographer and he wanted to take some photographs of me. So I did it, and I did it a long time ago, and I still regret it.
You should have seen it, mate. His girlfriend had this big, 21st birthday badge on, you know? It's like he was aiming for it, projectile vomiting.
Could do a sickie, I suppose. It's Monday, it'll be dead. It's always dead on a Monday.
We need to listen to ourselves and to decide what it is that we want to do and why we want to do it, and be motivated, not necessarily because of other people, but because we want to do it.
Yeah, she's the happiest I've ever seen her now, and I think she's best off without him, to be honest.
There's a nurse I pick up. She's going to meet her daughter tomorrow, one she gave away. A mistake with her brother. Prefers to talk about an old lady she's looking after. It's easier.
She's only got a week or so, maybe less. So what was I supposed to say? Your daughter couldn't be bothered, so you won't be seeing her before you go. Get over it. I told her she was on her way. So what was that? A lie or a favour?
Maybe hiding things from the people you love keeps you together. Or is it weakness? No wanting to face things.
Is you coming in? You don't bite. Unless you want us to.
How much?
Not the sort of thing we should be discussing out in the street, is it? Tosser.
Bitch.
Hiya, Malk. Put Malcolm in a dungeon, Janie.
Dungeon?
Upstairs, second on the left.
A dungeon? Upstairs?
Oh, she don't off Gabon, don't she, Malk? Sorry, Lev.
Do you get them? Yes. But just remember this time, okay? They're plastic. You cannot heat plastic knitting needles in the oven.
Okay. Is you all set then?
Do you want the truth? I've never felt less set in my whole life.
Well, that's bollocks, to be honest with you. I mean,
I keep asking myself, why? Why me? But that's the wrong question. Why not? Well, we've all got our crosses to bear, as Lil tells me. Now then, there's this bouncer. A girl. I see her going to work with this guy in tow, a husband, boyfriend, I don't know. All I do know is that he's a SUF. You know, sad Eustace. Well, you get the idea.
Just take a sickie.
What, and you, me and Tia don't eat for the next week?
Oh, come on, Leanne.
And then there's a gas bill.
Well, they're not going to dock your wages for one night. And it's a Monday.
So?
Well, the club's always dead on a Monday. There won't be any trouble or nothing.
This thing with Tia, Saturday coming up, is playing on my mind.
Mum showed me the dress yesterday.
She looks beautiful.
There'll be nobody else on that stage.
I gotta pick the shoes up on Saturday. Just as soon as I get this week's wages.
I could get a job, you know?
You've got a job.
One that pays.
Ignore me. It's this time of the month. Time of life.
Well, let's just go for a quick drink.
I've got to get over the club, Kieran.
Well, Jed will cover for you.
I want Jed to do nothing for me. Anyway, haven't you got to get off yourself?
9, your sister said. Oh, I think.
You'll have no bother from Lewis. Once he's asleep, he's asleep. Little angel, that one.
Yeah, 9. I was right. I got loads of time.
I've got to get on, Kieran.
Ta-ra.
Leanne?
Jed.
Have you seen my dog, mate?
Not now, mate, all right?
So no, then, is it?
I thought I'd come and see what time you finished.
A few minutes.
Lift home?
I'm going for a drink in the club.
Meeting anyone?
Friends?
Just friends.
But it depends. I have to see how it... Look, Chris, I'm finishing work, yeah. This is hassle-free zone, yeah. It's, no stress, yeah.
No, I need to speak to you properly, not yelling. And before you say anything, I know it's my fault. I just handled this very well.
Handled what very well? This situation, right?
Well, yeah.
No, Chris, we don't have a situation. We don't have anything like a situation.
What'd you call this, then?
We're supposed to be having fun. Well, there's been much of that recently.
I do need to speak to you properly.
It depends.
On what?
On the friends I'm meeting up with later, yeah? So that's it, is it? Take it or leave it. It's either your way or we finish, yeah? Chris?
Yeah.
You're asking a hell of a lot, yeah?
I know.
And it's just out of the blue. Do I get time to think about it?
Yeah.
How kind.
Just don't take too long.
You're listening to City FM. And remember, tonight's the one night of the year where you might make a wrong decision.
I don't particularly believe in this particular Blue Monday. I think any day can be crap and you just know how you feel that day. Follow your body and your mind. And feel like...
What, here? Oh, why not? You seriously want me to do it here?
Oh, you chicken.
All right. Last night I heard my mother singing this song. Ooh-wee, chirpy, chirpy, cheep, cheep. Woke up this morning and my papa was gone. That's quite a sad song, isn't it?
Oh. I just like him.
And that's just to put it up there. Then it's 30 quid a month for that, what do you call that box?
Decoder.
Decoder. That doesn't give you anything useful. Playboy's extra, and that XXX channel, I can't even find it.
Oh, cable's a waste of time and all, mate. A friend of mine spent 2 months getting connected. Now it's going to take him another 2 months to figure out how to use that bloody remote control.
Yeah.
So that's what you're doing, fiddling with this dish, is it, sir? Trying to tune into the adult channel?
No, I'm just trying to find any old channel. 300 quid up front, 30 quid a month, and all I've got on my flaming screen is snow. It's a Lewis fight this weekend.
The rematch?
Yeah.
Not this weekend?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Community policing.
Oh, fixing some bloke's satellite dish.
Building bridges.
Connor, 3 hours in a Pentas flat on Westgate Street watching the cup final. Fair enough, I like football. But we are not, repeat, not spending Saturday night in there watching the Lewis fight.
Where's he gone?
What are you doing?
We're just helping out your husband, madam.
My husband?
Yeah, so go back to bed, love. It's freezing out here.
Clairvoyant, are we?
What? Apart from the nuisance value to you, it's a hazard. So if you could get it checked first thing.
It really is quite dangerous, madam.
So this is the new caring face of the police force I keep reading about in the Echo, is it? So you two are going around making sure that Widow's satellite dishes are fixed properly.
Hello, you looking for a massage?
So what do we do with this? Oh, don't tell me. It's going to be completely disgusting, isn't it?
We eat it. What do you think we do with it? Once we've defrosted it properly, which is what I want you to sort out once Sue's finished with her needles in the microwave.
Hiya, love. Go on through, I'll send the girls along in a minute.
Candy on tonight.
Candy's out on a visit. We got 2 brunettes, 1 blonde and a Caribbean lady.
We haven't any Caribbean ladies.
Alma's been under the sunbed, hasn't she?
Haven't got 2 brunettes and a blonde either.
You just sort out the chicken.
Are you sure this is nothing kinky? So you're doing some sort of buffet, yeah?
Yeah.
In between seeing to the Panthers?
Well, I've been on shift all day. I'm working all night. I got no choice. Right you are, Mal. Blindfold down. Lie back. Heat to come in. I'm scared, Sue.
I know.
What if we don't get on? What if she hates me?
Why should she?
I wish I wasn't working tonight.
Best place for you, if you ask me. Take your mind off things.
You ready, Malk?
I'm bouncer, Jed.
And now you're being paid to be more than that.
Like a villain.
To grab a part of the good life. To forget about the crap way of doing things all the time.
It's drugs.
Alcohol. Cigarettes.
Illegal drugs.
You won't be handling them. You won't even be seeing them.
I'll be seeing stuff that I'm paid to stop going on.
And now you'll be paid not to see them. It's the same thing, in principle. Get yourself a nice little bonus in your back pocket. Can't say like you don't need it.
Actually, well, I was just going to ask,
What?
Actually, it's nothing to do with that. I just wondered maybe if I could get a little advance on this week's wages. If, forget it was stupid.
Hey, hang on, little Miss Impetuous. How much?
Little Miss what?
How much?
You mean...
How much? I'll tell you what. And you decide, yeah? 10. 20. 30. 40. 50. 60. 70.
Yeah, okay.
See? All you gotta do is ask.
do this, do that. If you do this, this'll happen. Voices in my head. Self-doubt, doubting everything, your feelings, hope that you're not good enough.
It's probably a body clock. Yeah.
Well, she's asleep all day when everyone else is out and about. That's got to mess your head up a bit, doesn't it? She used to love work, though. Used to come home buzzing from it.
Maybe it's not work. Maybe it's coming home that's the problem. Maybe it's coming home to me that's the problem.
Spare 50 pence, mate?
What?
No. See? Now what am I going to do? Make a small fortune, I do? With him snuggled up next to me? It's like a little lucky charm he was, but now without him around, it's the same old story. Spare 50 pence, mate? No. No one wants to know.
Okay. There's these two ordinary working girls, and they heard that there was a Polish ship down the docks with 80-odd sailors on board, all wanting action. You know, with that sort of payday, they could lay off the riverside run for at least a couple of weeks.
Sweet.
That's what they thought. But they had a problem. The captain wasn't letting the sailors on shore.
Why not?
I'll get to that. So there I was. I was only a young kid. I was about 17. It was my very first night, and I've got to work out a way to get them through dock gate number 2. So I go to the 7-Eleven and get a big envelope and make up some story about a delivery to the harbour master.
So what's this got to do with them two girls?
Well, I'm putting them in the boot while I make the delivery.
Double sweet.
Yeah. So, off through the gates we go. I pull up alongside the ship, the girls get out of the boot and tell me they'll give me a ring in about 3 or 4 hours once they work their way through the crew.
80 on board, that's 40 each in 3 or 4 hours.
Don't try and work it out, Lil. So I go, I have a drink, wait, and then I get the call and I go and fetch them. The minute I pull up alongside, there's this big blast from the ship's hooter.
Oh, so what happened? They got caught?
No, it means the ship is about to set sail.
Oh my God.
All the way back to Krakow. Which is why the captain wasn't letting the crew ashore, because he was expecting some sort of quick departure. But only now he's got 2 homegrown city girls on board, who, by the way, have never been further than Barry Island in their lives.
So what's Barbary duckling en croûte?
Don't know. I don't want to go to ruin life. I don't eat anything I can't spell.
Escalope of beurre blanc? Bernie's always cooking stuff like that. Haven't been out to eat for ages. He reckons himself a right master chef.
Lucky little Tony.
Bernie don't feel lucky. He has to stick it in the micro most of the time. He gets moody then, says it's a waste of time.
Not from around here, is he, Ben?
Ponzi. Our wedding was the first time any of his lot had met anyone from the docks. In the reception, in the community centre, it's like a Great Wall of China. His lot on one side, my lot on the other. Halfway through his uncle's speech, this brick comes flying through the window and lands right in his pudding.
That must have put a dampener on things.
Well, we laughed. There was nothing else to do. But his uncle picks this brick up, wipes the custard off his suit, and says, "Good luck, Bernie. You're gonna need it."
Brilliant.
loving it head to toe.
Then what? If that's the starter, then what's he want for main course?
Then nothing.
Oh, he doesn't want one of us to lick it off, does he? Because I am definitely out of the frame if he does. I'm not messing about with my diet, not now.
He wants us to take a photo of him when he's, you know, covered. A memento, so we'd remember it. No idea why. I'd remember it all right if I was covered head to toe in goo.
Easy 50 quid down the rate.
Where the hell are we going to get goose fat round here?
That supermarket on Western Avenue's 24 hour.
They'd have a goose. Well, probably frozen. But hey, I'm a dab hand at defrosting these days.
You have sorted that chicken.
But would they have just the fat?
Well, you chuck it away normally, don't you? I mean, I've never had goose. I've had duck, and the amount of fat that comes off them is disgusting.
Oh, yeah, very fatty duck.
Maybe it's an omen.
What?
A sign from him upstairs. I mean, lunch was very nearly a bust. Maybe the whole thing's going to go down the pan as well.
Oh, God, you're doing it again. It's all payback. It's all punishment.
Well, maybe it is.
It's not the Middle Ages, Marie. It's not eternal damnation.
But she's come halfway around the world. She found me. She's bound to find out where I come from. Well, she's going to want to meet Daddy.
So you do remember him?
Maybe it's this job. Being all these different women to all these different men.
What are you doing?
Piss off.
You can't sit here all night.
I'm just watching, okay?
It's private property.
Okay. This isn't private property. It says property of council on the side, and I pay me council tax like everyone else, don't I?
And I suppose if you pay a fare for the bus, then that means you get to drive the bus home at the end of the night, too.
I'm just gonna be here a minute.
Oh, look, mate, if you fancy a sit down, there are some perfectly good benches up by the castle. This is a fire exit to the club. We've got to keep it clear.
I just want to see who goes in.
See who goes in? Who are you, MI5?
And I don't want them to see me.
Is it a girl? Yeah? Your girlfriend? And does she know that you're sat out here watching her?
How do they do it, eh? How does she say, I love you, and I'll sleep with you, and I'll go for walks with you, and I'll watch the telly with you. And then she says, I've had enough of this, ta-ra, I'm gonna go off and do that with someone else now. How do they do it when you're still in their head? Go on. You've been asking all the questions, give us a few answers.
Can you do a sad face? Go on, sadder than that. Cheers, mate, thank you.
I always said that was the best decision I made at that time for my life. It cost about 60 pence it would be nowadays. But for a one-way ticket to London, that wouldn't happen now. And if I hadn't made that decision, as it turned out a few months later, I would have been killed.
Is it real? What I hear? Is it actually what's happening in their lives at all? I don't know. Don't really know whether what's happening in the back of my cab's real sometimes either.
Okay, so the two girls are on board the ship and it's just about to set sail for Gdansk.
I thought you said Krakow.
What?
You're wrong, you definitely said Krakow.
Gdansk, Krakow, there's the same difference. It's going to cost them a fortune in babysitting. And that is when I see Mickey.
Mickey?
Hmm.
Mickey the fish? What, possible use has Mickey the fish ever been to anyone in his life?
Well, it wasn't Mickey I was interested in. It was his terrapins.
His what?
Well, you know how Mickey's always been into all that creepy crawly stuff. So I borrowed one, didn't I?
Why did you want to borrow one of Mickey's terrapins?
To stick it in a crate of bananas that had just been offloaded off the ship and they were still stuck outside the 7-Eleven. Then I put in a call to the public health.
Oh, don't tell me. They impounded the ship, and that's how these two girls didn't disappear behind the Iron Curtain.
Well, that's not the best...
Oh, come on, Chris. Call that a story.
That's not the best bit. Right, this was all happening around the same time as Solidarity was getting going in Poland. Which is why the ship was being called back to barricade the shipyard. But it never went, did it? Which meant that the Polish government collapsed.
Oh, here we go.
Which meant the beginning of the end of communism, the end of the Cold War.
Oh, this is more like it.
The fall of the Berlin Wall.
Walter Flaming Mitty.
The whole world tipped on its axis, Lil. And all down to a terrapin and 2 tarts. A party, is it?
Wedding.
Family?
Boyfriend.
Boyfriend?
You got a problem with your hearing drive?
Your boyfriend's getting married?
He is married. 2 o'clock this afternoon, he got himself hitched.
To someone else?
To someone else.
And that doesn't bother you? Him, your boyfriend, I mean, marrying someone else?
It's gonna bother him more. And that new wife of his. When I tell her how he was in bed with me 2 hours before he walked down the aisle and said, I do.
Jesus, at last! Where have you been? I phoned hours ago.
Evening, sir.
Oh, yeah. No, never mind the evening. Just go and sort them out, okay?
Okay, so how long has this been going
This
on?
has gone on for years, okay? For years. I've been phoning you lot for years about this.
Okay, this particular incident.
This feels like years. What if I was working?
Okay, well...
I mean, you know, how else is getting to sleep with this lot going on?
Okay, well, we'll see what we can do, sir.
Jeez, doesn't make a change.
Okay, thank you, sir. To your knowledge, has the lady living here ever reported these incidents before?
Why should she? She's the one kicking up the fuss.
You'd stay here for me, please, sir.
You're fucking mad, you are!
What the fuck is this? Can't you just mind your own business? Just get out! Right, get back!
We don't need to look.
Leave it, just leave it. It's like our private business all over the street.
This is a private matter. It's not. There's no problem. Look, she's just a little bit crazy.
I said I'd answer the phone. I said I'd meet them at the door and show them to the rooms. I told you right from the start, just like I told Sean, no more.
Mairead's got a 2-girl in a bit. It's not a double-decker, so don't get your knickers in a twist. She'll do all the serious stuff. All you got to do is stand there and maybe help out a bit.
What's that mean?
Well, maybe put a rubber on, maybe not even that.
I'm the receptionist. I didn't put all them hours in down secretarial school to put rubbers on.
Oh, just do the one in number 3.
I'm temporary.
It will be temporary. Believe you me, I have done him loads of times. Just give him a couple of seconds of him copping a knife for your tits and that'll be that. Oh, God, I don't believe it tonight.
Hello, you looking for a massage?
I'm a psychologist specialising in confidence and happiness. If psychology is to work, then it's got to be helping people improve their lives. And I'm kind of reminding people that you do have a choice.
Frankly, I think it's just another hyped media intervention. I mean, why do these people have to do it? It's black this, or pink that, or silver the other. Why can't it just be welcome to January the 18th? Or as I like
What
to
do you
call
even
it,
know about it, mate?
It's a Monday.
Hmm?
Yeah, another day. Doesn't matter what
How can you give...
Choices that are based on what you feel in your heart.
You're talking shit.
In your gut as well. Well, it's not an
Oh,
academic,
you know, I thought I could be happy. I thought I was, actually. And then...
in real world settings.
Huh?
And I'm really keen
Then this.
that it has to be done in a laboratory. I've done work like that and that has its place, but are you ready to actually make this decision in your heart, your gut is really...
No, you carry on. You just give everybody advice. Go on. Was it gut or heart? Or you can follow your gut or your heart? Go on, tell her then. Tell her. What would you tell me, huh? What would you tell me? What advice would you give to me?
Thousands of people have been sharing with me over the past few years that make today Blue Monday.
I'm doing it again, aren't I? Putting it off.
Is it that obvious?
Just put some makeup on it.
I can't wear makeup 24/7, can I? Mrs. Bennett? I can't wear makeup in bed. I can't wear makeup when I go back to the flat in the bathroom. Mrs. Bennett? What else am I supposed to do?
No cars available for at least an hour.
What, Mrs. Bennett?
Something happened to me.
We're taking you in.
Oh, I didn't do anything.
Mrs. Bennett? You assaulted a police officer.
But it was an accident. I didn't mean to.
Jesus.
What would you say if I was to tell you there's a problem with the club? What sort of problem? It's a nightclub, Cara. Use your imagination. Oh, a club with drugs problem. It's a novelty. Is that it? What? That's all you're going to say? Bad things happen. Oh, for heaven's sake. Even in this place? Yeah, but no, this is our backyard. You just got to turn a blind eye to it. What do you mean? You know about Jed and the drop-offs. Everybody's got to earn a little bit extra somehow, Leanne.
Oh, great. Now my spot's gone as well as my dog.
I'm not taking your spot.
So I'm hallucinating, am I?
I'm just here for tonight. I'm not a beggar. Not really. Not at all.
So I got started. I'm not really doing this. It's just for one night. Just till I get back on my feet.
I'm a songwriter.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a trained musician.
Where did you train?
Self-trained.
Sing us one then.
What?
One of your songs.
I'm still working on it.
What, all of them?
Yeah.
You can't even sing me one?
They're not the kind of songs you can just sing.
You can't sing. How's that work then?
Well, they're more experimental.
So I won't see you on X Factor anytime soon.
No, not exactly.
I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want. I want a... Oh, fuck. I have no idea what I want. Maybe if I talk to them the way they talk to me, there may be some sort of answer. Or not.
He's not a mind reader, is he? This bloke of yours.
It's not exactly the sort of thing you can just drop into conversation, though.
Still, he deserves to be told. Anyway, time like this, you need all the support you can get.
A time like this, I need to know where I stand.
So why's she the choosy cow all of a sudden?
To be fair, Janie's always said she didn't want to get too involved.
Is she judging us? Is that what this is all about? It's all right for you lot to do that for a living, but I'm a cut above. And she could do well. I mean, it's not as if she's wet behind the ears. Do you remember that time we all went to the Chinese and she went on about all them fellas that she had before Sean? Half the phone book she must have worked her way through, and she's only young.
Why don't you let her come round in her own time?
She's practically family, Mairead, and the wedding's only a month away. We're all in this together. She's got to decide whether she's with us or not.
He's been out there all day. So he was just waiting on a mate, like he'd been let down or something.
Poor sod.
Poor sod, nothing. Last thing we need is a dose of the emotionals along with all that alcohol and music down there. Tell you what, he's not getting in.
You're a nice man, aren't you?
I can be.
Yeah, okay, Jed.
Yeah, it's okay saying, yeah, okay, Jed. We gotta talk about this.
Thank you, cheers, mate, thank you. So, when you have a kick with you, sorry.
When do you fight for something? Is there a time when you step aside? Stop fighting?
So how long have you known?
A few days.
And you still haven't said nothing? Why not?
I just want to know how he feels about me. With no complications. I just want him to look at me, not at some invalid in the making. I want him to decide that I'm the person for him. You know, the one. All that crap.
It's not sex, Janie. It's not like what you and Sean do.
It'd feel like what we do with some bloke sticking his thing in me.
Most times they're out of their skull, too nervous, or they want something else. I mean, look at tonight. Right on knitting needles and goose fat.
What about when they're not out of their skulls or too nervous?
Then it's just work, Janie. It's like what Sean does at the site. You turn up, you do what they say, and then you concentrate on the important things in life, like sorting out the wedding, planning a honeymoon.
The brochures came today.
Sean showed me. Very pricey.
It's all inclusive. Once we've paid, that's it.
Yeah, but you're still going to need spending money, aren't you? And it's not going to be cheap. It is the Caribbean.
I thought we were going to the Dominican Republic.
You ever done something that you shouldn't?
Me? Good God, no. Saint Cara, me.
Yeah, but I mean something that might mean that you hurt somebody and yet you still do it?
You know I have. You've seen me in here with the punters and what I'm like.
Afterwards?
First time, felt like dirt. Went home and made a fuss at Tommy. I think it was guilt, really. And that, Leanne, is a good tip. Because if your Kieran comes home like a randy old dog, it doesn't mean to say he's not getting any. Probably means he's getting too much.
What about after the first time?
No, don't even think about it. Still don't. And if you were thinking that you're going to have a little bit of extra on the side, then my advice to you, Leanne, is to do it and then move on to the next one as quick as you can.
I told you before, if I do see other blokes, it doesn't mean I don't want to see you. It means I want to see you and them, which means I don't owe you and you don't owe me. So that's it, is it? Take it or leave it. It's either your way or we finish, yeah? Chris?
Yeah.
You're asking a hell of a lot, yeah?
I know.
It's just out of the blue. Do I get time to think about it?
Yeah.
How kind.
Just don't take too long. Even if he does say yes, it isn't fair.
Maybe it's time to let go.
Think what I'm putting him through.
I need friends around. Important people.
There's drugs, you know, chemo and stuff, but it's always going to be there. Hanging over the two of us. Maybe I should just make the break now.
That's a bit extreme, isn't it?
Maybe he was important because things were okay. And now they're not.
Well, keep seeing him. You just loosen up a bit. Just chill.
Maybe it's true colours time.
Go through it all again.
Okay. Straight's 40.
40.
If they want oral on top, that's 45.
On top? It's a figure of speech, Janie.
I didn't mean you on top, I mean as well as.
Right.
If they want a jacuzzi...
Oh, it's bust.
Again?
Yeah, I tried it half hour ago.
All right, there is no jacuzzi. It's now a still spa and it's still a £5 extra.
Once I'm married, that's it, you know.
All right, how many times?
Once I get that ring on my finger, I'm not shagging no one but Sean. I don't even like it that much. Not even with him.
So why are you marrying him then?
Because then he'll be just the one then, won't it? Just my husband I gotta put up with. Not bloke after bloke every Saturday night expecting me to have it off. Just one man who expects to have it off. And not all the time neither. I know it's gonna be love, honour and obey. And I'll lay down my life for you, Sean. You know that. I'm just not that keen on laying down and shagging other blokes, that's all.
So we'll turn a blind eye this time.
Put it down to the time of year or something.
But this is your final warning. Any more complaints from old Slaphead?
Yeah. All right.
Try talking about it next time, eh?
Can't be that bad. Well, look at the two of you now.
She lost a baby. We did. A few months ago. Stillborn.
It was a boy. It's my boy.
Now she guesses he's
Panic attacks.
thinks people are just trying to take everything away from her.
The light is on.
Well, of course it's on. The oven's on. The light's always on when the oven's on.
But it doesn't go off. Look, doesn't matter how low I turn it.
Marie, don't put your hand in it. The oven's gone off. I don't believe it. The oven has gone off.
It's an emergency. We just want someone who knows what's gone wrong with it.
Are you having a laugh?
Do you know anything about ovens?
You what?
DIY.
What? Love, that's all I get at home is DIY. What the hell do you think I'm doing here?
Look, do you know anything about ovens or not?
No, and where the hell's that goose fat? I've been sitting here watching these disgusting films for an hour now.
2 minutes.
It's a pilot light.
Oh, is that serious?
What do I get for this?
What?
I mean, if I fix it for you.
She'll give you her last Rolo. How's about that? What did you have in mind?
Well, you got any more of them parties coming up?
Your invite's in the post. Leave your name and address with Janie.
Are you taking a piss?
You're invited. Look, can you fix it, please? It's very important. Is that all you had to do? You just pressed a button.
Yeah. But you've got to know which button to press. It's like your job, really.
Hey.
That's not Kieran.
Maybe he's in practice for something like one of his non-existent songs.
Jed?
My old man used to tell me this song, Streets of London, about sleeping rough on the streets. Maybe he's gonna do an updated version, you know? Streets of Splot. What do you think? I think I should tell Leanne.
I was thinking about him the other day, you know, too.
Oh.
Your old man.
What about him?
Oh, some kind of fella he was.
What kind of fella?
Ooh. They broke the mould when they made him. Some people just have it, don't they?
What?
Cast long shadows. Don't tell me you don't know what I'm talking about. Because you do.
Okay. Is that important to you for us to do this couple thing? Then, all right, let's move in together. I thought about what you said about losing you. I don't want to. It's that simple.
Laughing now, are you?
Just calm down.
That's Hossa now, Emma.
All right, I'm sorry.
think I didn't hear you out there? Just like I heard that other slag. Oh, I heard her all right. Whispering on the phone. Putting it down when I came into the room. Looking away when I asked her where she'd been. Lying through her teeth.
This has got nothing to do with me. What's going on? Sue, it's just a bit upset, that's all.
If I was upset, you wouldn't have a face by now.
Now calm down.
You'd look just like that other bitch is gonna look. The minute I catch up with a cheating, lying cow.
Just put it down.
This'll be my fault.
What?
Well, that's what they say back at the Nick.
What are you going on about?
You getting in the face while I'm outside hugging my big toe.
Oh, that's what all this concern is all of a sudden, about how I look. Just because of the dent it'll make to your ego down the neck.
I'm thinking about you.
How'd you work that one out, then?
Well, it's obvious. First flush of romance between you and Bernard's one off.
What?
Yeah. So before, when you'd come home from yet another late shift, and he'd be all moody, you'd give him a little tickle with your truncheon, and Bob's your uncle.
What has any of that got to do with you?
Now the novelty's worn off. He's starting to worry about you. Where are you late at night? Who are you mixing with? And you're probably not telling him the truth about your shift either. You're giving him the edited highlights. So what's he going to make of this bit of fun?
Well, what am I supposed to tell him? If I cut myself shaving?
Tell him he had an accident. Cut yourself on the car door. You fell over a chair. Anyone can have an accident.
Ooh-wee. Strictly between you and me, yeah?
All right. Do you want a ship? It's only for my special friends.
Blue Monday for Fatboy Slim and his sidekick. Ends as it started. No changes there.
Your brother? Do you tell anyone?
He said not to, that they wouldn't understand.
Bastard.
But that's the thing, he wasn't. He was really gentle, really nice. And I loved him, I really did.
He was your own flesh and blood, Mairead.
I know!
And he knew what he was doing. He must have. He was older than you, right?
3 years.
Oh, Christ.
Do you know the funny thing? When I finally got caught, when I had to leave, all I could think was, I won't see him again. And ever since, why do you think I never got hitched? I never really got him out of my system, I suppose. I loved him. It was wrong, but I did.
You didn't love him, Mairead. You just thought you did.
What's the difference?
Did you ever see him again?
Once. There was a match on one of them weekends, you know. He must have come over with a crowd from back home. They came in.
Here?
Yes.
So what happened? You didn't do him?
He took one look at me and walked out. I went after him. I don't know why. I just did. I caught up with him outside Kenny's.
What did he say?
He told me I always had been a slag.
The answer's no.
I see.
I just can't.
We're getting a little Snow White, aren't we?
It's not that.
It's not like it's virgin territory. You told me yourself you dabbled.
Yeah, I've done some dope when I was a kid, of course. Where I'm from, the streets are swimming in it. But that's part of the problem that I've got.
It's not a problem. It's a market economy. Some people demand, other people supply.
I got a family. Can't get involved, not even a little bit.
So when do you want to finish?
What? I'm not going to shop you or nothing.
You just don't want to be involved?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a problem.
Is it?
This is a nightclub. Entry requirement number 1, extreme short sight. And you seem to be telling me you got 20/20 vision. Entry requirement number 2, the management kind of like a team player. A Lone Ranger tends to make them nervous.
So, I'm either with you or against you, is that it?
Takes you a while, but you get there in the end. I'll give you that.
I need this job. I need the money. This week of all weeks.
And you can keep your job. And you can make even more money. It's your choice. Seems like a simple one enough to me.
Do you know what I thought when she phoned? When I heard her voice on the other end of the line?
Go on.
Not, wow, that's my little girl. Just wished I'd done it. Wished I'd gotten rid of her when I had the chance. Then I wouldn't have had all these years of wondering who she was, what she was doing, how she was getting on. And I wouldn't have tomorrow.
Today.
Right.
Blackjack, side door. He goes in with a package, out in 15 minutes. Comes out with a big ton of cash and we take our share at the end of the night. Your job, considering it's your first night and everything, is just to make sure that nobody comes back down this side passage down here. And no toilet checks either. And no patrols. Dan? I'm not speaking. Take it that means you come around to my way of thinking, yeah?
I loved him. It was wrong, but I did. He told me I always had been a slag. Wished I'd gotten rid of him when I had the chance.
Chris, I know you've got the hospital Thursday. Penguin's been asking about the cab. He says he'll pay. What should I tell him?
Lil, always looking out for me. She cares, I guess.
I want people to live the lives that they want to lead, to make the choices that they want to make based on how they feel in their heart. And I sincerely believe that the formula does help people around a very stressful time. The worst decisions that we make are often, I find this so often for them. The people's guts were telling them, you know, don't do it, don't do that, whereas their head, because they've perhaps been thinking about other people, or their heart, because they've been thinking out of a position of fear, have made the wrong decision.
So I suppose it's up to you, really, isn't it?
Here we go.
You told him, didn't you?
He does love you, Chris.
Which is what I was trying to find out.
He was totally gutted. He just needed a little nudge in the right direction, that's all. Don't tell him I said nothing, yeah?
So what do we do now then? Just pretend we move in together. He pretends he doesn't know. I pretend I don't know. He knows. We just live a lie.
Everyone lives a bit of a lie. Would have thought you'd have realised that by now, driving around in our cabrios.
The formula of Blue Monday is about being authentic and being yourself. I meet lots and lots of people who, frankly, are sleepwalking through their lives. The day can be used as a kind of wake-up call, really, to be who you really are and to decide that you're going to make choices based on your life, not other people's lives.
So we're in. Take us home, yeah?
At the end of the day, you don't know how many Blue Mondays life is going to throw at you. But there's always the rest of the year.